Today's video is all about YouTuber
editing techniques and effects.
So this is going to help those of you that are aspiring YouTubers and want to up your video quality, or it's going to help those of you that want to edit as either a hobby or a career, or even just for some side money. You can edit YouTubers videos, you can edit gaming videos, commentary videos. If any of that sounds interesting, you'll find a lot of use with this tutorial. So starting off, I want to say that there's two main things that, in my opinion, knowing these two main things is going to allow you to make decent content right off the bat. You just need to know how to color correct and grade footage. So basically make the video footage in front of you look better than it already is. And the next thing you need to know is whenever you select your clip, up here in your effect controls, you'll see this little motion tab in your opacity. Know your motion, how to change, how to scale, how to reposition things, and know your opacity, how to blend things together. And that ties into other things like bringing in clips, bringing in green screen clips. You can use green screen clips, you can use overlays, know how to color grade. Just that in of itself, in my opinion, you can make good quality YouTube videos with. Of course, if you have good footage on the front end. So let's show you how we can do all that. And then we're going to show you some cool kind of YouTuber meme editing effects. I have a bunch of them here. We're even going to give you free presets in this video. So check out the link down below, or you can watch and learn how to create a lot of these and customize them yourself. So first off, nothing to do with your editor. We're going to start on your desktop, whether you're on Windows or Mac. We're going to right click and we're going to go to new and make a new folder. This is going to be your overlays and elements folder, your assets folder. You can name this editing, whatever you want to name it. Let's just name it overlays, elements. Inside this folder, I want you guys to place everything. I want you to keep it all organized. Any sort of asset, sound effect that you download, which is relating to editing, place it in this folder. This is going to save you time so that you're not scraping all over your computer to try and find one clip that you downloaded a while back. Now, when it comes to downloading a clip, using a clip, whether it's a sound effect, whether it's a green screen clip, it's as simple as just going on YouTube, looking up a green screen clip or a sound effect. So let's just look up popular YouTuber sound effects. There you go. Make sure you're using royalty-free things. Popular sound effects for users, free 20+ pack. Usually you'll see they have a download link in the description here, or you can use something like Video 4K Downloader to download some of these green screen clips, as you can see. So leave a link below to that, and that will help you. Just always make sure that you are looking into the proper copyright when you do actually do this. We'll go ahead and download this. We'll go to our desktop and we'll place this into our overlays and elements folder. So now everything's organized, and I recommend that you guys do this as you go along, just to show you what your overlays and elements folder can look like over time. This is about a year of me collecting these things together. So we have everything from 3D objects. I have my animation pack in here. I have a bunch of different After Effects templates, which we're going to talk about next. Photoshop things, backgrounds, film scans, film burns, shock waves. So just a bunch of different assets as a whole, all in one area that I can find. I even pinned it to my quick access bar here. So I'll look up green screen, subscribe. Use that same method I just showed you. You guys can get a bunch of different ones. Or if you want to customize your own, like I have in this Instagram clip here, as well as my outro. You'll see we have this giant kind of Instagram ad. We have this giant kind of Instagram ad going on. If you want to do that, I want you guys to download After Effects, and I want you to check out this website right here. So if you use videohive.com, you use After Effects, or you search up After Effects Instagram template on Google, whatever it is, you guys can find some really useful things. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look up YouTube outro. And just within here, you'll see these are After Effects templates, which you can install. You can open it up and you can customize the text, the images, and it gives you a lot more customization and a lot more production value than just using a green screen clip, not having your name or anything in there. So there's a lot of different cool ones. You can check that out for yourself. A lot of people have asked me, how do you make your outro? How do you put all these overlays over the screen? That's exactly how. You download an After Effects template, follow their instructions. Now, color correcting and grading, like I said, this is the second essential thing. You want to make your footage look good. For my tutorial videos, there's not really much I need to do here. I'm not trying to make it look pretty, but if you're doing a vlog or if you're doing something cinematic, this is 100% a must. I'm not going to get too far into it because I want to get into some of the fun stuff, like some of these crazy sound effects and video effects you can use in your footage. But just look up how to color grade, how to color correct, and also how to properly expose your camera when you are shooting your clips. If you just want the basics though, if you select your clip, if you're in your color workspace, use these sliders to add more contrast. You can lower, raise exposure, change the tint. A lot of you use Instagram, you should be used to it. Use the sliders to try and make your footage look a lot better. And if you want to go in depth with it, look up a full color correction and color grading tutorial. I also want to mention, look into LUTs. LUTs are a great way to get an easy, quick cinematic color, or even just a starting spot. I have some Hollywood cinematic ones in here to give me some nice color presets. Look into that and you guys won't be disappointed. Now let's get into some actual interesting looking effects that you can use on your videos. So we're going to start off with some simple distortion effects that you can use on your footage, whatever kind of YouTube video you're creating. So one of the interesting ones is Spherize in Adobe Premiere. Just look up Spherize here. It's under distort. You can place that on your footage here, and basically what it's going to do, if you select here and you go up to your effect controls, we can find the Spherize control and we can bump up the radius, and it's going to do exactly that. It's going to warp the screen and kind of give it this 3D perspective. Now what you can do is you can scale up your face. So if you have a close-up of yourself, maybe you don't have a close-up, maybe you have a shot like this, use your motion tab, let's scale in and kind of move over. What I'm going to do is right click and nest this clip, and now I can drop Spherize onto here and bump up my radius. And I can also move where this is happening, so maybe you want to have some kind of crazy face looking like that. If you move your axis here, your Y axis, you can have kind of giant distorted face from the top like that. So a lot of the popular distortion that you see on the internet, that you see a lot of YouTubers using, you can do that just with Spherize. Next up, you have your twirl distortion. And if you guys want, you guys can even just open up your normal video effects folder here under your effects tab. And you can open up the distort folder and you'll see all of the different ones that you're working with that are built into Adobe Premiere. If you're not seeing it here, you want to go to your effects tab. Sometimes it'll be on the right. But you'll see you have corner pin, lens distortion. You can mess around with those. You can create your own. Another popular one that a lot of people use is twirl. So we'll place that there. We'll select it and go to our effect controls. And you'll see that we can just change our angle like that. You can create some really crazy stuff. If you want to create a little animation of your face twisting, you just click this little stopwatch at your beginning position that you want the animation to start from. So click it, move the timeline a bit, and then just crank this up. Now you'll see we've created some keyframes and we have a nice little animation of our face starting to twirl just like that. So that's an interesting one. Again, use your distortion folder here and you have a bunch of different options. You can find Spherize there as well. Now let's get into something which is also very important for people making YouTube videos, commentary videos, and that is audio effects. I don't think a lot of people talk about this in Adobe Premiere, but it's something that you see a lot of people using. So some of the essential ones that we are going to talk about, you'll see that we already have these presets in that free preset pack you can download. You see I made an alien voice one, baby voice. We have some crazy ones, some distortion. These are pretty self-explanatory. If you want to change your voice, you're going to want to go to pitch shifter. So search for pitch and you'll see it right here, pitch shifter. Apply that to the audio of your clip, not the video. So click here, select it. Again, go to your effect controls of your clip, scroll down to the audio section, and then we can click edit under our custom setup. Now in here, you can click this drop down and you'll have some presets, but you can customize this however you'd like. What I recommend is instead of the presets, they put you all the way up to the highest for the high pitch and the lowest. I recommend you go somewhere in the middle there, something like -7. In my opinion, sounds a lot better. You can use low precision, high precision, and just experiment a lot.
Here is the baby voice preset, just 10, 0, high precision.
High pitch voice.
If you want to copy those settings, just 4 on the semitones.
Now let's talk about some other audio effects. We're going to talk about this alien voice. This is a very interesting, popular one. This one's super interesting, super cool. This is actually the flanger effect. So search for Flanger. Scroll down, you'll see it right here. You can edit it and you can customize these to create and craft your own sound. If you want to get the alien voice by default, just copy the settings which you're about to see on the screen here. 9.77, 17.84 for your final delay, 360 degrees, 39.2, 5.6 hertz, and check the special effects mode here. You can also make this 100% on the website. And then the last little audio utility effect that I want to mention is the de-esser. Now this is only if you stand, now usually this is if you stand too close to your microphone. Sometimes I'll use this on mine because I am pretty close to my mic. You guys can see it in the shot here. This is the de-esser effect, and this does exactly what it sounds like. It minimizes the S sounds into the microphone. Usually that S sound, it gets very amplified. So applying this will kind of tone it down, but just keep in mind, I wouldn't just drag and drop it onto all of your footage or it can distort it. Now, if you want to get into some crazier looking distortion, some more comedic looking commentary effects, then you need to look up meme editing tutorials. We're going to give you some easy ones here, but there's a lot of different kind of crazy comedic looks that you can get through editing, and a lot of them are actually very simple to pull off. So one of them, we can actually just use the sharpen effect in Adobe Premiere. Search for that. It's under blur and sharpen here. Click and drag that onto your clip, and then just take the sharpen amount and you can bump that all the way up, and you get this kind of distorted, deep fried look for your videos. And you can actually build on that a lot more. So you want to kind of make it a little bit more crazy, you can go and look up a HLS effect in your effects and presets, drag and drop this color balance HLS preset effect onto your clip, and then again in your effect controls we can grab our saturation and bump that up. And basically the more crazy distortion you do, the more insane this will look. You can do something like a find edges and drop that on here. That's another one. We'll invert it, and then we'll kind of just change this blend amount. You can create some really kind of destroyed looks. Maybe you even want to add some lens flares into the eyes. Search for lens flare, drop that here. It's under generate. And you can actually click lens flare in your effect controls and just drag that over the eyes. Control C, Control V to duplicate that. And we'll grab the second one and place it over the second eye. You can keyframe those as well if you want them to follow, but there's a lot you can do. There's a lot of kind of crazy distortion and a lot of simple things that you can just max out, and you'll get a lot of these looks that you're seeing in a lot of memes and video tutorials. If you see some sort of overlay in a YouTuber's video, just doing a quick little YouTube search, you'll see this 30+ green screen effects pack. Again, we have a download link, or you can use that 4K video downloader. We'll select the link, right click and copy it. And then we'll just go to our 4K video downloader and we'll paste that in there. And you want to choose your location. We'll place that in our overlays and elements folder we made at the beginning of this. So we can now just drag this into our editing software, double click on that in Adobe Premiere. And we can use this source monitor here. So maybe let's bring in some of these glasses. We'll click I on our keyboard for in, drag, click O on our keyboard for out. And then you can just click the drag video only and just place that over your clip. Now to get rid of the green, again, all you need to know is a color key or an ultra key. Let's go to our effects here, search for an ultra key or a color key, place it on your clip, select the clip, go to your effect controls, and then just grab your dropper and delete the green. Super easy. And you'll see now we have a bunch of free assets so that we can use. If you want to position that, again, going back to the motion and the opacity, knowing how to do that, you can just click motion on your clip of the glasses, place it where you want to land, and then you're good to go. This was a more broad video, but I felt like it's important things that a lot of people, no matter what type of video you are making, should know. So even if this isn't gonna help you now, maybe save this in a playlist, come back to it later if you do need it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting, and I'll see you guys in the next one.